Actually see me? Did this work? Why is my picture not turning over? Ooh, okay, 2 seconds. There we go. Did any of that work? Did you hear any of that? Hi, can you all see me now? Because for some reason my buttons weren't working and I was chattering away and it hadn't turned over. Hi, you can see me. You're cool. Hi, hello, 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 hello. Hi, happy Wednesday. Hope you're all okay. I was chattering on saying we're going to crack on with this quite quick tonight because I've got lots to show you. We're going to do the challenge post. I've got some new products to show you. We're going to do a project, which is quite an involved one. Brilliant. You can see me. Amazing. Fabulous. For some reason, I did all of this to camera. It wasn't coming through. What else have I got? Challenge post, new products. We're going to do a project which is going to take a bit of time as well. It's a bit of an involved one tonight. And because it's my birthday, I've got a bit of a deal for you as well. So, challenge post first. We're going to whip straight over. Hello, everybody. I'm not going to... I read all your names out. You couldn't hear me or see me. So, hi, everyone. So, we're going to go straight over here. So, the challenge post I meant to do yesterday and I forgot. Can you hear me, guys? Everybody hear me now? Yeah? Cool. So, I've got all of your names. It was Show Me Gold, okay? So, I've put all of your names in the hat. I wrote them all out and Anne very kindly chopped them all up and folded them up for me. I thought because we're doing Show Me Gold, I would do a little gold selection of fabrics, okay? So, you've got long quarters in here of the gold fabrics, the climped ones. So you've got that beautiful gold that is selling like hotcakes. You've got the black and gold and the red and gold. Okay, it's enough there to do something nice. Certainly to make what we're making tonight. So everybody's in there. Okay, I'm going to give you a good mix around, nice and quickly. It's coming through fine now. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, cool. Don't know what was going on there. All right. Okay, I'm just going to wiggle one around like that, and I'm going to take that one there. Okay, so. The winner is Bernice Grimble. There we go, Bernie. This one's coming to you, Bernice. I'm going to send you these beautiful, beautiful fabrics. Lovely. Cool. Right. That's the challenge post done. That's good, me. Challenge post done. That's the first thing. Second thing is we've got some beautiful new fabrics in the shop. I'm going to do the close-up on these. I've just brought the charm packs over, but we have got these... so this one is in layers, charms, minis and fabric on the bolt and jelly rolls. This is called A Very Sweet Christmas and this is super, super cute. I'm actually going to use this for the project we're doing tonight as well. And it's Christmas, but it's gentle Christmas. It's reds and pinks and just the only real nod to Christmas are these teeny tiny little penguins. Look how cute they are. You've got pinks in there. It's just beautiful. You've got a really gorgeous stripe, like a little Christmas rose, poinsettia, but gentle Christmas. Really, really. I mean, those little penguins are just delicious. We have got this on the bolt as well. This should all be on the website for you. It's called A Very Sweet Christmas. It's Bunny Hill Designs. It's delicious. And this, we've been waiting for these. Gavin, if you're watching, it's in. One of our regular customers, Gavin, has been waiting for this to come in. This is called Sherbet Sunshine. It's flannel. It's from Corey Yoda from Coriander Quilts. And this is just gorgeous. It's all brushed cotton. Okay, it's absolutely stunning. It feels, it's butter soft. It really is. It's absolutely gorgeous. And you've got all these incredible colours. The only pre-cuts they do are charm packs and layer cakes. They don't do jellies. They don't do minis. They never do with flannel. But we have got some of the coordinates on the bolt as well. Okay, so yeah, this is yummy. If you like making brushed cotton flannel quilts, they're always normally very dark. They're always like autumnal colours. But this is like just gorgeous. All the colours, all the beautifulness in that. Okay. There is, Karen, it's my birthday tomorrow as well. We share a birthday, Karen. That's what I'm going to tell you about that next. So those two are on the website. And then there is this. This is so beautiful. So, so beautiful. This is new from Lewis and Irene. And Sarah and I have been drooling over this. And very beautifully packaged this for me. But I'm going to open it so I can show you the fabrics. This is called A Winter's Moon, okay? And we don't often have a full collection because we just don't have the space. But Sarah and I could not decide which ones to have for this. And so we bit the bullet and we have the whole collection. It is scrumptious. I don't know if you can see. Let me... so you've got all these different beautiful colours. Look at these stags. It's pearlised. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but all of this is pearlised. So you've got this really gentle shimmer to it. So you've got little pretty florals. You've got stags with the moon, which is just yum. You've got moon gazing hares. I mean, look at that. Look at those beautiful. And again, they're all pearlised. It's delicious. We are both Virgos, Karen. Are you as anal about stuff as I am? I am very much so. I'm a bit of a control freak. Moon gazing hares in the teal. I'm going to whip through these. You've got stags in the mid blue. You've got, this one's called Frosty Ice, and it does look just like when the windows frost up and you get that beautiful pattern on it. Again, all pearlised. You've got it in the dark blue as well. You've got little foliage, which again, all little tiny pearlised bits. You've got twinkling stars. Again, those are pearlised in the dark. You've got dark hares. You've got more frosted ice. You've got these beautiful, beautiful snowdrops. I love this one. Look at those teeny tiny snowdrops. You can see it's quite a small pattern, but again, all of that is pearlised. This is just beautiful. Okay, a dark blue, a mid blue. You've got a dark blue in the foliage. You've got more twinkle stars, more twinkle stars. Oh, and then you've got a mid blue in the stags as well. Okay, so there's 18 there, and then you've got 2 coordinating bumbleberries. This is the silver metallic, okay, which again is that silver pearlised metallic, and then you've got the duck egg as well. Okay, so all of these are on the bolt as, you know, ½ meters. However, we've done a bundle. Okay, I've only cut 8 bundles. There is all 20 there. They are long quarters. Okay, so you've got 20 long quarters, which is 5 meters of fabric. Okay, so a long quarter is, we cut it 10 inches. We don't cut it 9 1/4. So you can actually get layer cake size pieces out of it. Okay, so we cut a long quarter at 10 inches. So you've got just over 5 meters of fabric there for £65. Okay, however, because it's my birthday tomorrow, mine and Karen's, doing a little discount code on the website. Okay, it's live now. It will come off the website. You won't be able to use it at midnight tomorrow. Okay, so you've got 24 and a few hours. Okay, because I've already put it live now. I didn't want to stay up till midnight to do it live at midnight, so I've put it live now. It will run out at midnight tomorrow. It will give you 20% off anything on the website. Okay, it's not, I'm going to say products on the website, so you can't use it against gift vouchers, you can't use it against the retreat, you can't use it against classes, okay, or raffle prizes or anything like that, but any products. So all of these new fabrics you can get 20% off. Any clearance fabrics you can get an additional 20% off. Any ready-made, any other fabrics, any Christmas, anything, you'll get an extra 20% off. The code is SKS, as in Sarah Keir Smith, SKS BD birthday. Okay, so you're just going to put that code in at checkout. Okay, so you put anything you want in the basket, go through to checkout, and there's a code box there, and you put SKSBD. It's not, you know, lowercase sensitive or anything, doesn't matter how you put it in, SKSBD, and it will take 20% off. That is running all from now all the way through to the end of my birthday tomorrow night. So yeah, there we go. Anne's just put the code up for you, SKSBD, in the checkout. So it won't show as you're putting it in the basket. You've got to put your bits in the basket, and then when you go to checkout, make sure you use that code in the box, and it will take the 20% off. Okay, so that would make, what's 20%? God, was 20% off 65? 10% would be £65. £13 off that beautiful, beautiful long quarter bundle. Okay, so it's going to be £65. There's only 8, but if you use the code, you're going to get £12.50 off. £13 off. Okay, so go wild on the website. Use that 20% off code while you can, guys. Okay, that's all right. You're very welcome. Got to celebrate mine and Karen's birthday somehow, haven't we? So that's everything new. There is lots of other new stuff, but we just haven't had chance to. What's the word? Oh, I'm not sure why White Gecko Craft Lounge have just tagged Patricia Channing. Bizarre. Don't know what that is. I presume that's either Sarah or Sean doing that because it's not me. Right, cracking on. There's loads of new stuff. Go and have a look. What's it called? This fabric, the one I was just showing you, this one, it's called a Winter's Moon. Okay? It's called a Winter's Moon and it is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Genuinely, it's one of the nicest ones we've had in a very, very long time. It's blues. It's kind of Christmassy, but not I mean, it's not Christmassy at all. It's just winter. Winter. So, right, I'm going to crack on with the project because, sorry, Anne, I've messed up your lovely, lovely bag that you did for me, but it's over there. What we're going to do tonight is, so when I was in France, we saw like this antique market and they had these beautiful treasured like wooden chests that I wanted, and they had loads and loads of hat boxes there. But frankly, my husband was like, we can't get any more in the car, you're not taking any home. I was like, I want one. But he wouldn't let me buy any. So when I got home, I was like, I want to make like a hat box thing. So this is what I've done. Okay, so can you see it's got a double zip on it like that. And then Sarah said, oh, I did something like that a few weeks ago. And I was like, oh, damn it, I didn't remember. But it's all like, you've got no binding with this one. It's all going to be done in one. All right. So it's like that. Okay, look, I've used the winter moon on the top. It's so pretty. so pretty. I've used those little moon gazing hairs. Excuse me, I'm just going to take my inhaler. My asthma's really bad. Because I'm talking, my chest is getting tight. Did that work? Oh, I think this is an empty one. Hang on, 2 seconds. Oh, I think that was nearly empty. I'm going to have to get the other one later, but there was just enough in there, I think, just to sort my chest out. So, I hope you're doing something nice tomorrow. I'm working, my love. I'm in the shop. My husband is coming home early, so he'll be home tomorrow. I think some of the kids are going to come around and we'll see me. But we're off to Amsterdam on Saturday, which is kind of my birthday treat. So, yeah, so this is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to make one of these, okay? You can vary the size of this. Once you've made one with my measurements, you could then vary this and make it wider and stuff if you wanted to. I have done you a little template, okay? So you might not need it, but this template is on the digital downloads. I've called it Hats Off to You template. You've got the 2 circle templates that you need, and I've written down all of the different measurements that you need, okay? Oh, really? My chest is going to start playing up. Right. If I start coughing, guys, I might just have to go and get my other inhaler, okay? So what you're going to need is, and I'm using the penguins. Look at these cute penguins from the Sweet Christmas one. You are going to need to use the 7-inch circle. You might have circle templates there, okay? So, but I've drawn them in case you haven't. You need a 7-inch circle, and you're going to need 4 of this, okay? Like that. So I've already folded these up, but you're going to need 4 7-inch circles. You are then going to need 2 pieces, which are the spine, which are 4 inches by 5 inches, okay? You're going to need 1 piece. I've already done this little bit. This is the zipper pull hold. Like that, okay? Like that, okay? But that starts at 6 inches by 2 inches. Then you're going to need 2 pieces for your gussets, okay? Which is the bits round, the wall of it, okay? You need 1 piece which is 20 by 5, and you need 1 piece which is 20 by 3 inches, okay? So... Oh, I'm all right at the minute, love. I'm just waiting for that inhaler to kick in a little bit. So I then interfaced it. And again, on the little pattern here, I've given you the interfacing. You want to interface 2 of your circles which is what I've done. So you need 2 things of 7-inch circles for interfacing. You want to interface your spines like that. And then for your gussets, you want to interface them, but you want it slightly narrower. You don't want too much here, okay? So I've got them at 20-inch by 4 1/4, and that goes on the 5-inch piece. And I've got a 20-inch by 2 1/4 on my interfacing, which goes on the 3-inch piece, okay? Because this is a lot of sewing, sorry guys, I am just going to have to find my other inhaler quickly. What? Honestly, my chest has been so dodgy the last couple of days. It's because I'm going to go away, that's what it is. Right, I think I managed to get a dose out of my inhaler. Right, I've put the interfacing on to just try save some time, okay? First, and then what you're going to do, we're going to start by making the gusset piece. And this is a slight, oh, sorry, I should have said, you need a zip, which is 20 inches long, but you need 2 zipper pulls, okay? And you're going to put one on from this end, going up that way, and you're going to put one on from this end, going up that way, okay? Going to start with the gusset pieces. So the 5-inch piece, I'm going to put in half like that, okay? So I can see the back of it, the interfacing. And then you're going to go like that and really press it, okay? Put a really good press in it. And then we're going to sandwich the zip in, okay? So we're going to put the zip right up into the crease. So this is a bit like we did the switch up pouch. Grab a couple of pins. I'm just going to pin that in just just at the beginning, just to keep it in as it should be, like that. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to stitch down all the way down here, okay, and sandwich in that first, this is the base bit, okay. So we're going to go over to the machine, and I've just realised I didn't put my zip foot on, so bear with me 1 second. Let me just swip this over. Oh, I'm sure I will have a lovely time, hun. I'm on my brilliant new sewing room chair that Sarah Jane bought me. I had it early. We went shopping for it yesterday. She bought it me for my birthday present because my old one was knackered, really, really dodgy. And I will tell you a funny story in a minute once I get going on this. I built it myself last night. I put it all together, built it myself. Right, and then I just need to move that over. There we go. Let me make sure that that's going to... Oh, one more. Yeah, there we go. That's it. So I've got my zipper foot on. I built the chair myself, and because I'm so used to... Come on, behave. There we go. Because all I'm doing is stitching. I'm keeping I've got the zipper foot right up against the edge of the zip and stitching down. Because I'm so used to my old chair, which the wheels were broken on it, and it was really very old and knackered. I thought, oh, I'll just try my new chair out, and sat on it and tried to like scoot myself from the cutting area bit over to the sewing machine, and I ended up in the wall, this side, like to the right hand side of me, because well, in the calyx unit that's there, because it was so like it moves, the wheels actually work on it. And I literally, it goes so fast, I ended up in the calyx unit. I felt a right idiot, but at the same point I was like, well, we know it works. I'm like super speedy on it now. Okay, just repositioning all those bits just to... Right, and I'm just going to move that zipper pull, that one, right out the way there, past the zip foot. And I'm just stitching down all the way, okay, like that. There we go. I love this little stripe that I'm using. Again, this is from that Christmas one. Hi Gina, how are you, lovely? Jeanette, yours is playing up too. Yeah, the weather is bizarre, isn't it? 1 minute it's sunny, and then the next minute it's absolutely hammering down, and then it's sunny and it's hammering down. I think you're right, lovely. I think that is quite a lot of what's causing it, to be honest. Right, all I'm going to do now is literally just press this out. Okay, so give this a good press this side, like that, all the way down one side. Make sure it's, and because it's quite stiff because it's got the interfacing on, so make sure you haven't got any creases or anything. You're pulling it out nicely. Okay, here we go. So don't forget, we've got that code for my birthday. Okay. Hi Lynn, how are you, lovely? Just for those of you who are just joining us, thank you for joining us. There is a code because it's my birthday tomorrow, mine and Karen's. It's my birthday tomorrow. And so we've done a little code for the website. It is SKSBD. So that will give you 20% off anything on the website, any products. You can't use it against gift vouchers. You can't use it against retreats. You can't use it against classes, but you can use it on anything, on clearance, whatever. Where do we get the pattern for this, Meg? I think it's lovely. You missed where it is. I've done you a template, lovely, which is not a full pattern. You can just watch this video back. It'll be on our YouTube and it'll stay on our Facebook page for 30 days. You can watch the video back, pause it. There is a template which is £1. I've put it in the digital downloads. I've also put it in the description of this video, so you can just click on the link for £1 and it'll give you all the cutting instruction, cutting amounts and the templates, and then you can just watch the video back. Okay. I mean, frankly, you get 20% off that as well if you do it today. Right, so that's my 5-inch piece done like that. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with the 3-inch piece. So we're just going to line that up like that, fold that over, and we're going to do exactly the same. Okay, just to make this gusset to start with. So I'll just put 2 pins in just towards the beginning, because that way gives me a fighting chance of getting it in there. Okay, make sure you're just lining up these edges as well with your fabric. Ow! Which I haven't actually done, but it's fine. You're going to trim it down anyway. So, where am I going to? I'm going to that one. Couldn't remember my numbers then. Woo! See, it's also really slidey. I've got to remember, there's no brake on it. I love it. It's super, super comfortable. And my back actually feels supported while I'm sewing. But it's really slidey. In a minute, I'm just going to end up in the kitchen where I've like gone out the door and into the kitchen. Right, let me just take that pin out so I can move that zipper pull past. And just reline that right up into the crease like that. There we go. And then the same with this one. All the way past that zipper pull. Line that back up into the crease. I love this way of putting a zip in. It's so super easy. It's brilliant. Okay, there we go. Can you pull up? I cannot see everything you're doing. Oh, on the outer one. Yeah, I can go to the bigger one if you want, if that's easier. Is that easier to do if I go onto the larger screen? I tend to do the smaller one because it's more close up, but if that's easier, then I can absolutely do that. So again, I'm just going to press that out this way first. Is that better, Joyce, like that? Let me know, ladies, if you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can. Or was it the bit at the machine? Again, I can't really change the camera on the machine. It's kind of set in one position, that one. So pressing that one out there, and then flip it over and just press that one out. And what I've done is you've just sandwiched that zip in all the way along. Okay, so there we go, giving that a good press like that. Okay, right, there we go. Right, what I'm going to do now is, before we top stitch, I'm just going to put a line of stitching on the raw edges just to hold those raw edges down, and then I'm going to top stitch. Okay, so I'm going to stitch literally along here and along here, and this line of stitching is going to be a guide later on. Okay, your mat is slightly too low on the right. Okay, do I need to be more? I think I must have knocked that camera. Do I need to be more up there, guys? Is that it? Am I better up there? Cool. Hopefully I'll try and do that. Rather than trying to adjust the camera, I'll try and keep up there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to stitch along there and along there first before I top stitch. Okay, so back over to here, and then need to change my needle, so my foot again. So you want your normal sewing foot. You're going to use a 3/8 of a seam allowance on all of these. Okay, so I'm going to just change that back over for my zipper foot. Only use your zipper foot to actually put the zip in. And then what I'm going to do is edge of fabric on edge of foot. Oh, hang on, because I've got to put the needle back to the centre. That would help. There we go. And then just stitch down. And you're going to use this line of stitching as a guide later. Okay? So all the way down like that. There we go. Was that better if I move the camera, move the mat up a bit, yeah? Hopefully that helps. Like that. And then I'm going to do the same the other side. So you're going to do your raw edges first, just to hold them all nice and flat. Okay. And now I've got to remember, yes I am, I'm trimming it next. Woo! I was like, what am I going to do next? I'm trimming it next. So all the way down that side, like that. And then I'm going to top stitch either side by the, where you are now. Brilliant. Okay, cool. I'll try and stay where there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put my edge of my foot, this side, right up against the zip. Okay. Oh, and then I'm going to move my zip over a little bit, like that. There we go, to get my top stitch nice and neat. So I'm using the zip against the edge of the foot. It's like, you know, it's a buffer. All the way down this side. There we go. It's that side, top stitching done. There we go. Hi Leslie, how are you, lovely? Rubbish circles. Well, to be honest, I don't do a lot of sort of constructions with circles. I do a lot of circles for oh, Jeanette, received an email saying it has been dispatched. I've got 2 patterns on download. Not sure if you realise, so I thought would. Oh, don't worry, lovely. That's absolutely fine. If you've got them on download, it doesn't matter. I'm not sure why you've got 2, lovely. I'll double check later for you, Jeanette, okay, and sort it out. Okay. Just get that. Just get those zip pulls out the way. Come on. There we go. There we go. Camera's shaking on the machine. Sorry. Am I going too fast? It's because I was going too fast, isn't it? I'll try and slow down. There we go. See, if I go really, really fast, the camera gets a bit lively, doesn't it? There we go, lovely. Okie doke. Right. So let's go to this one. Stitch down there, and top stitched on everything. All sorted. Oh, my top stitch is mega wonky there. That's because I was reading that comment. There we go. You treated yourself. Ah, well done, Karen. Oh, you deserve it, frankly, love. It is your birthday after all. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to trim this edge here. Just get it nice and straight. Like that. So just get that nice and straight there. And then I'm going to measure this at 18.5. So I would say use a ruler, but rather than me dig out my big ruler, I'm just going to do it on the mat. Actually, let me try and move up so you guys can see. There we go. So I'm just going to measure that at 18.5. I want to trim this down to. So that would be just there. Okay, so I'm getting rid of this bit. Now, I've done it as a bit bigger so that if you're anything like me and you're rubbish at putting the zipper pulls on and your zip goes a bit wonky, we've gone a bit bigger and we're cutting down. Okay, so 18.5, like that. Now, you need your little zip tab now, okay? All I did with that is exactly like we do with your bags and stuff, you know, when we fold into the centre, fold over, like that, and top stitch down both ends, okay? It's just a little zipper hold. So that's going to sit. So this is your top and this is your bottom. You're going to put that just over there like that, just one side. Don't worry about this one. That's going to be dealt with in a minute. So on the top section, just over here, okay? And I'm just going to put a pin in there for a second, just to hold that down, like that. And then you want your first of your spine pieces, okay? So there's one of my spines, and I'm going to put that on. Now, it's supposed to be too big, okay? This is the 4-inch way, this is the 5-inch way. Again, I'm giving you wiggle room, so just put that on like that, so you've got it right sides together, and then you're going to put the other one on top like that, okay? like that. Where's my clips gone? There we are. You're giving the your hubby the code on your birthday list so he can treat you. Good job. I mean, you might as well get the discount, lovely, while you can. Yeah, it's daft not to. There we go. So I'm just going to clip those, and I'm going to take this to the machine, and I'm going to stitch down along here with that 3/8 of an inch. Okay. Right, over we go again. Now I'll try and go a bit slower so the camera doesn't shake. Okay, so, oh, hang on, put my needle back to the centre. That would help, wouldn't it? So just using edge of foot, and I'm going to stitch down here. I'm going a bit slower because obviously I'm going over a zip as well, and you've got quite a bit of thickness here at the minute. Like that. I'm going to do another row, okay, just for some extra strength, just literally about 1/8 of an inch in, so within the seam allowance, but just a teeny tiny bit in, so I've got a double row of stitching just for security. There we go, like that. Back over to the sewing table. Okay, there we go, and I'm going to come up here. And I've come up close this time, so hopefully you can see what I've done. Okay, so I've got a double row stitch in there. Okay, you're going to fold that one out like that, and that one like that. Okay, and give that a good press. Take that pin out. Okay, now we're going to do this to the other side. So this is my unopened end. I'm going to grab my zipper tab and line that up on the same place the other side. So can you see what, so ignore the spines for the minute, just grab the zipper pull, okay, like that, and line it up on the other side to start with. We're going to tack this in place first, okay, so over we go and just tack that in first. I just found it easier when I was doing this side. I didn't bother to tack the other side, I just clipped it in and pinned it, but when I was doing this bit, easier to tack it, what's the word? Tack it. Okay, now this is the odd bit, okay, because there's gonna be no hand stitching on this bit at all. It's all gonna be machine sewn. So I want this all to go over here, and you've got all of this mess here. So this was something I saw on YouTube about putting gussets in. Open your zip almost fully out like that, okay? Obviously be careful not to take your zipper pull off this bit, okay? So I've opened my zip right up. Let me go to this bit again. The zip's open, okay? This is the bit I've sewn already. And then, oh, hang on. And I've tacked in, right, I'm trying to do this without it twisting. Okay, can you see you've got like this U shape, but the zip is open, all right? So I'm going to start by putting this piece right sides together like that. Okay, just hold that in place for a second. Did you see what I did with that? Yeah. So I've brought the front piece over to this side. And now if I tried to bring this back piece over, I'd have this horrible mess. So we open the zip out and get it out of the way. All right, like that. So that I can bring this piece up like that. And then I'm going to clip all this together. Clip that there. Get this zip out of the way and clip that there. Did that bit make sense, or do you want me to show you that bit again? Okay. Let me know, because before I sew this, I'm going to do it again just in case, because I had to watch the video about 4 times to get this. Okay. So this is the bit that's all sewn. I've tacked in my zipper pull. I'm going to bring the zip, I've opened the zip up, I'm going to bring the zipper pull up to here, okay, and I'm just like kind of lining them up here parallel like that, and put in clips to hold that in place there and there, and then open that zip out like that. Oh, I don't know what's going on with my phone, sorry, my phone's going off at a ridiculous amount. Let me just turn it off a second. Okay, let me turn it off. Open that zip out so that this bit can come up through the middle and line up there. Okay, Hopefully that makes sense. You guys might have seen this before. I'd never seen this, and I saw it on this one YouTube video and I was just like, oh my God, that's brilliant. I can now stitch down there twice, just like we did the other side, to secure it. So first line of stitching is get those zips out of the way, keep them out of the way, is just edge of foot. Okay, so lock stitch all the way along like that. Okay, sorry, I thought I'd shut my phone up a bit. I really haven't. I'm gonna have to move it, and then I'm going to do another row stitching just inside of that, just for security. So if it's all my family going off on one on the phone, just ignore the ding dongs. Okay, right, so you've got something that looks like this now, which is a little crazy looking. However, you're just going to pull it through. Okay, so just pull the whole thing through one side, birth it out like that, and what you've got now is a completely enclosed gusset. All the stitching is on the inside, okay, like that, and you can do your zips back up there and there, okay, and you've got no hand stitching to do. It's all enclosed. I think it's a little bit like when dressmakers do the burrito method, you know, when they do those really fancy things around the shoulders. I always watch it on YouTube and stuff and reels and think, oh, that's clever. I'm not a dressmaker, so I don't know, to be honest, but it does kind of, I think it's a bit like that. Could you repeat the birthday code? Absolutely. It is SKS, as in Sarah Keir Smith, SKSBD, all together, no spaces, like that. Okay, so that's my gusset done with no hand stitching and everything nice and neat. I was so impressed with that. It's not mine. I literally saw it on a YouTube video and I was like, that's so clever. I'm just going to trim off the excess on the spines now. So I'm just going to line that up, get rid of this excess so it's all the same width. There we go. Line that up there, line that up there. Like that. Get rid of that bit of excess. Okay, gusset is done. We're going to mark it now. So the first thing you want to do is find the center of the spine. So put the spine edges together there. Okay, and I want to ignore me. I'm going to turn it inside out first. There you go. So zipper pulls and the zipper tab thing are on the inside. Now you're going to mark it. So put those little spine pieces together there and mark just here. Okay, so I'm going to mark just there, all right, with a fix-on or something where you can't see it, and then fold that out and mark here as well. And there we go, and then you're going to put those two marks together, there and there, and then mark, so you've got your quarters of your circle marked. Okay, so mark on that one, and I'm just marking within the seam allowance. Okay, line that back up there like that. Here we go, and mark just there as well. Okay, done that. Now we're going to put in the base and the bottom. Okay, so you want to get the ones that have got your interfacing on. These are going to be like your outers. Okay, so I folded these in half, okay, and really ironed in, so I've got some really good creases to follow along with. I'm going to start by, so I've got the right side of my fabric facing inwards, because obviously this is the right side here. So I'm going to put my seam there against that one just there. Okay, and we're going to use pins. So I'll just line that up first there, put a pin in there. Like that, and then I'm going to go this side and then do that one to that one like that. And again, I'm pinning on the outside because it's easier, frankly, because we're going to be stitching on that guideline that we did earlier. So I'm putting the pins on like this so I can take them out as I go. Put your quarters on, the mark just there like that. Sorry, oh, we're not doing too bad for time. I thought I was going to be really long tonight, but even with all the chattering, we're not too bad for time. Okay, and then that one on that one there. Okay, like that. And then you're just going to put a couple of extra in. I put sort of 2 or 3. So just think about this quarter here, just easing that in like that. There. Oh, I love this stripy fabric. It's so good. Here we go. Just, oh, come on. There we go. There's another, oh, that's not a pin. A pin in there. So yeah, talk amongst yourselves a second while I pin this all the way around, because you do, you know, I don't like using pins, but you really do need pins. I tried it with clips. It didn't work as well with clips. The clips were too big, got in the way. Pins are the way to go with this, okay? So I'm just going to work your way around. Who has already been on the website and done a little cheeky order? Is that why my phone's going ping, 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 ping? Is it you lot? Here we go. And let's do this one next. Just get that nice and tucked in. Like that. There we go. Oh, and that side there. Nearly there. And then we're going to stitch this one in. Okay. I think, because of the time element, I'm just going to show you how to do the lining on the top. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go, okay? Hi, Maxine. How are you, lovely? You're going to do a cheeky order after you've watched my demo. Well, fair enough. I don't blame you. Yeah, I mean, how dare you all leave me and just go off in order? Hi, Eileen. Hello, my love. You've done one too. Yeah, maybe it's you guys. That's why my phone's going ping, ping, ping. So we're going to stitch all the way round there now. But what we're going to do is, you know that line of stitching we did earlier? That's going to be my guide. So you don't have to worry too much about measuring. You can just think about following that line of stitching. Okay, so I'm going to put my needle in there and literally just follow that round, taking my pins out as I go. So over we go. Hopefully that's over here. Now you're going to squish it. Okay, you're going to squish it down and try not to stick the pins in you. Okay, I'm going to put my needle on that line of stitching I've done previously and make sure you lock stitch. Okay, and then over we go. Take your pins out as we go and take it a few sort of inches at a time and then just manipulate this bit. Can you see I'm kind of pulling it here to get it flat under the needle. Take that pin out. So do what you do. Have your phone and iPad so you can watch and shop. That is genius, Karen. Here we go. And then now take your time with this, okay? The sort of neater you are at this point, the better it will be. All right. So take your time. Ooh, you kind of need a third pair of hands sometimes. Actually, where's my fang? This worked really well when I was doing the sample and working it out. That one got taken apart about 7 different times. It really did, because I was like, oh, don't like that bit. Oh, don't like that bit. Don't like that bit. Okay, here we go. Just get around to the spine. Take that one out. Get in there. This is not a rushed job, this one. This is slow and steady. Okay. There we go. And, oh, come on. So I'm trying to do it. We can still keep my hands out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, I missed the guideline a bit there. I might have to go back on that bit. Right, let's get that zip flat there. There we go. So, I'm going to go about halfway round. Get in there. Oh, missed a pin. Let's have that one out. You placed your order, Lynn. Where do you find the instructions to the demo? It's in the digital downloads. It's just a template. It's called Hats Off to You. And it should be there. It's only digital. I haven't done a paper one, but if you want a paper one, Lynn, just drop me a message, lovely. And I'll include a paper one in your order for you, okay? Oh, hang on, let me just get that back where it's supposed to be. Come on, don't you dare bevel. That's better. Got it. because I was reading a comment and wasn't watching what I was doing. Right, gotta get your fingers in there. It is a bit fiddly, this bit. Sorry guys, it just is. What's happened here? Hang on. Come on. Oh, what have I done? Oh, I've got the zipper tab caught, the zipper pull caught. That's what it. That's why. I was thinking, why won't that go round? There we go. It just was catching. And now I've got to put that back because I unpinned when I shouldn't have done. I thought it was the pin catching, but it wasn't. It was the zipper tab. There we go. Nearly there. I made that look really hard work. Sorry. It's not it's not that hard, but I wasn't concentrating because I was reading the comments. And last little bit, nice and flat. Ha-ha. There we go. Oh, it's actually worked all right. And back to the beginning. Okay. Got it. I did make that look way harder than it needed to be. Okay, we're back over here. So that is, we're just going to push that through just to double check. That is my top in. Okay. And I really did make that way harder than it actually is. Okay. We're going to trim that down. All right. That's going to actually have a, we're going to pink it once we put the lining in. All right. But don't trim it now. So it does look a little bit wonky, but that's only because I haven't trimmed all that bulk away yet. But I'm just double checking. Oh, what? No, what have I done there? Oh, no. What's happened there? Well, I'm going to have to unpick that now. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I find an unpick it. Oh, shall I? No, I'm not going to leave it because that's going to really bug me and I'll never fix it. Right, that's my own fault for when I'm just going to unpick that little bit there. Can you see I managed to get a crease just there, which is really, really irritating. Right where I started. There we go. And I don't like it. I'm not leaving it. I'm just going to unpick that weeny bit there. Is that where it was? Back a little bit more. Like a little bit more. And redo that teeny tiny little bit because that little crease will ruin it for me and I don't want it ruined. That's better. Oh, a little tiny bit more and I'm going to redo that little bit there. That's my own fault for not concentrating and trying to read your comments at the same time, isn't it? Here we go. Cool. Right. Okay, that's better. So turn it back that way a second. Like that. And then I can just redo that little bit just there without that horrible crease in it. Because that would have bugged me something terrible if I'd have left that. Right, just put a pin back in there. Oh, come on. I'm trying to get my fingers to work and they don't want to work. There we go. And make that nice and flat as well. And I'm going to put that in there. Right, I'm just going to redo that little bit. I want to show you how to put the lining in, and that would have bugged me if I'd have left that. So I think it's worth just unpicking that weeny bit just to make it nice. Okay, back under the machine, just there. Where is it from there? We're just going to do that weeny little bit that went wrong. No, it's trying to do it again. I don't know why, but there's that one bit of fabric is trying to catch. And it doesn't want to lie flat. I'm putting my finger in the way now. Just be careful I don't sew my finger. That would be just my luck. There we go. I think that's it. And take that pin out. That's it. I've got it now. Got it now. Oh my days, you so... Only thing is you lose your patience and make it worse. Oh, believe you me, half the time I do lose my patience. I'm just on my best behaviour because I'm talking to you guys. Let me just double check. That's better. That's better. That crease is pulled out now. So much better. Right. Okay. So now I know that's in. You would repeat that with the bottom. Because of time, I'm not going to do it. You would do exactly the same with the bottom. Okay, so you're going to line that up like that. Okay, stitch all the way around. I'm just going to do the one side because they're exactly the same, okay? So I don't want to, otherwise we'll be here till 9 o'clock and I've got to feed the kids at some point. So I've now got a lining piece, and you're going to do exactly the same. So you've done the quarters. There's no interfacing on the lining piece, okay? You're going to start by, you're going to leave the back bit. Do you remember I made the marks on the quarter again? So this looks odd. When you do this, make sure that your zip is open. Ask me how I know. This one got taken apart so many times. So you're going to do this. It's going to feel odd, okay? It's going to feel like an absolute mess, but I promise you it's right. So you're going to find that centre front mark, which is just there, okay? And you're going to put your line in, your top line in, right sides together with that centre mark, like that. And again, pin it in, like that. You're going to come round, and you're going to find your quarter mark there, and you're going to put that one in, and it's going to feel like it's never going to fit. It really does, I promise. Once I'd worked out how to do this, I was just like, oh, it does work. It really does. And it kind of made me breathe after a while, because I was like, this is never going to work. I don't know what I'm doing. And there's my quarter there. And then I want to find my quarter over here. Where's my mark? There it is there. And I'm going to put that quarter all the way over here. Okay. And as you can see, it looks a right mess, but it's right, I promise, okay? Like that. Yeah. And I'm terrible for leaving mistakes. I think if I don't do it, if I don't fix it there and then, I'm never going to fix it, and it would drive me insane then, and it would just get put in a box and I'd never do it. So what you're going to do now is you're going to now just line up. Oh, come on, get that edge out of there, okay? You're just going to, as you did before, just make sure that this bit is eased in, okay? You're not going to try and put that back one on the back piece. It won't go. It doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't go, okay? So you're going to put that one in there first. And you're going to go round, and just like we did when we put the top in, you're going to line up those raw edges. Like that. There. I told you this was a longer one tonight, didn't I? And that one there. And I promise you that I'll make it, it's a lot easier than I'm making it seem, okay? So that's that quarter done. And now I'm going to do the same for this quarter. Can you see, it feels really odd that it's dangling down here and you want it to be up there, but this is right, okay? So like that. Oh, come on. There. And I'm kind of squishing down the gusset and then the zip, okay, which is why you want the zip open. That one there, and those there, nearly there. Have a wonderful day. Oh, thank you, lovely. I will. I'm sure we'll have great fun. There we go. So then you're going to put as much of this round as you can. You can basically get round to the spine. Okay, so I'm going to carry on now, heading towards the back, this side, like that. Oh, missed that one. And another one there. And get some more pins. There. And look at the state of it. You think this is never ever going to work, but I promise you it does. Like that. I'm going to stick another one in there. Okay, you can't really get any further than that, because we're going to go this side, and you're going to shove all this out of the way like that. And you're going to come round as far as you can this side, which again is almost to the spine. Okay, so, and this is all because I don't like doing hand sewing. You've still got to do a teeny tiny bit of hand sewing, but shove all that in. There you go, like that. You see, I've got it all in there now. This looks like a pancake. And that one. And I can get round to the spine now. So this is, this requires a little bit of patience, this bit. Patience and going for it. Now, you're going to leave this bit open. All right? Do not sew this bit, because otherwise you've just made a taco. Okay? An inside out taco with that. Leave this open. we're going to start stitching here, and yet again, and we're going to do it from the, again, you're going to use, what's the word? Edge of foot. Ooh, can't remember words. And we're going to go all the way round here. Okay, so I've made this feel so. I left the first pin in. I found that helped leaving that there. Okay, and then you're going to feel your way round, edge of foot, all the way round, taking those pins out as you go. Okay, and I'm kind of feeling that it's all nice and flat before I stitch. Feel that it's flat. Round we go. Making sure that hopefully I'm not catching anything, but I'm kind of feeling with this finger that I'm getting there. There we go. Now the second one that I made, which I left over at the shop, actually only took me about an hour once I'd done it. It wasn't actually, because the one that I was showing you earlier is the one I kind of worked everything out on. But once I'd done one and worked it all out, it actually only took me about an hour total from cut it out to having a finished one. There we go, nearly there. And round we go again, and I'm coming up to the end of where my pins are, and you won't be able, don't go any further than this last pin, okay? So there, and then back stitch. Right, nearly done, I promise. Promise. Okay, back over we go. Now, where are my pinking shears? Okay, you're going to then just pink off all the way round. Okay, like this. Round you go. Oh, I went a bit wonky there. Should have probably done a bit slightly bigger seam allowance just there, but never mind. I will go back in to that, because you can go back in and re-stitch if you need to. Okay, because I've got a feeling I haven't caught the gusset just there where I went a bit wonky. Okay, and then we're going to pull this all out. So pull that all the way through like that. Release the whole, yeah, see, I knew I'd missed the gusset. Damn it. That's because I was reading a comment. I'm not gonna mess with that now. Okay, I go back in and re-stitch that. Okay, now you've got this little bit here. This is the only hand sewing you need to do. Okay, and you would literally just turn that over like that all the way along and hand stitch that down. Okay, once you've hand stitched that down, you're going to then turn it through, double check it's all right, which it is that side. It's lovely. There we go. It's all in. Give it a good press. Okay, give that a really, really good press. And then you repeat that whole process on the bottom. Okay, so you would turn this all the way back through like that. You'd put your base in first, your outer base in first, and then you would do that whole process again with your lining. And what you do then ends up, the only hand stitching you do is just that little bit there to close the top up. Okay, that little bit there to close the top up, and that little bit there from this across the spine, just a little bit of hand stitching there to finish it. Okay, forgot about the live. Oh, don't worry, lovely, don't worry. If you want to, it doesn't need it, but if you want to, before you close this up, you can put a 6-inch piece of wadding into the top. So you can put that in like that, okay, because you can just get your hand in there, squish that all out, okay, not like nice and flat, and then stitch that up. And what that does is that gives you that nice sort of bit of padding in the top and the bottom. Okay, and then you've got your zip in like that. Okay, obviously this one's not finished because I haven't put the base in, but we really would be here till 9 o'clock if I put the base in. But once you've put the base in, you've got your zips both sides like that. You can see where that's going. Okay, give it a good press. Okay, the bottom would go in exactly the same as the top does. And you've got, I think in Christmas fabrics, how lovely would these be if you are doing them in Christmas fabrics, and then you could fill these. You know, if you're doing a Secret Santa or something with your group and everything, you could fill these up with all sorts of little bits and pieces. Or if you've got grandkids and things like that, and you wanted to put some like little sweeties and little presents and stuff in there, or like mini hampers. You know, maybe you've got like teenagers who want makeup and stuff now. You could put a bit of tissue in all in there, and then put makeup and, you know, nail polish and stuff in all in there. And then they've got like a little travel makeup case to go with all their bits and pieces that are in there. But I just really like them. I will finish this one off, and I will show you when it's finished next week, okay? When we're back on next week. I will finish this one off because I knew I'd missed that. I felt it as I was going around doing the line. I was like, I've missed the gusset. But I can go back in and restitch that and it won't hurt, okay? But super cute little hat box. I waffled on for way too long. Sorry, my loves. But hopefully you will give it a go. Hopefully I've shown you enough to be able to get the top and the bottom in. If you do struggle, give me a shout. Honestly, they're a lot easier than I make that look. Congratulations to Bernie for winning the challenge post. Fabulous. Sarah Jane will be here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I can't remember what she's doing. Placemat, I think. I can't remember now. There is a code because it's my birthday and because it's Karen's birthday. There is a code, my lovelies, for the website. Oh my God, I can't think of any words today. The code for the website. It's live now. It finishes at midnight tomorrow. It gives you 20% off everything except for classes, retreats, gift vouchers. Okay, products. It gives you 20% off any products, including clearance. So clearance fabrics, which are already massively reduced, you can have another 20% off on those. Ready-made, all fabrics, all pre-cuts. The code is SKSBD. Okay. Doesn't, you know, no spaces. Just put all your stuff in the checkout. Go through to the end, the basket at the end, and there will be a little box when you go through to checkout, and you put a code in there. SKSBD. Sarah Keir Smith birthday, basically. Okay, so that's it for me. Oh, there you go. Anne's just put the code in again. I won't see you now because Sarah Jane and I are away. We're going away Sunday with our husbands for the weekend, and we are not back till Wednesday, so late Wednesday night. So I think I'll be doing something on Thursday, okay, at 1 o'clock. So there's only one live next week. But we might do something live from Amsterdam. We might go and find, there's a couple of good quilt shops in Amsterdam. We might go and have a look there. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. Thank you for listening. And I will see you all soon. Don't forget the code is SKSBD for 20% off the website. Bye. Oh, I'm in the shop. If you come in the shop, you get it 20% as well. So see you soon. Bye. Oh, thank you for all the birthday wishes, guys. I can see them all coming through now. Thank you.